the guys have to be really, really aware that if any fire starts getting pushed in the direction of the helicopter, they suppress it immediately. Otherwise, it's a potential disaster.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 terrifying Ross Kemp moments.
They will hardly sleep until they empty the tank.
They'll empty the entire tank, yeah?
Sit down.
Sit
down. Give money. Sit down. Give money.
Really?
Give money.
Why has it got so bad?
I think mainly social media, so Snapchat, Instagram. Certain people say things and it just escalates the situation. And now everyone thinks it's fashion to be carrying a knife.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're going to be looking at the moments in Ross Kemp's heart-pounding TV shows that had us chewing our fingernails in fear. Which Ross Kemp moment got your heart racing? Let us know in those comments below. Number 10. The worst prison. Ross Kemp is willing to go anywhere, including what the UN calls the worst prison in Africa. It's home to some of the worst kinds of criminals you can find, but the biggest issue is the sheer number of inmates.
Bonjour. Ça va?
Over 1,000 men are in this prison, and they're all kept in the same room.
All the prisoners, numbering 968 on the day that we visited, are crammed into the prison yard, less than the size of a football pitch.
Ross sits in the middle of them all as he gets his tour of the prison. You really have to wonder how they maintain the peace with this many combustible elements in one place.
One of the militias tried to spring a senior member from the prison using AK-47s and grenades.
Number 9. A big arrest.
So we're going to suspect number 1's house, yeah?
Yes, we are, yes.
And he basically is the ringleader.
Traffickers are Ross's next target in this episode, which surprisingly takes place in the UK. He follows the local police as they attempt to apprehend a number of traffickers in their homes.
Please.
The arrest is swift and they get their man, but the tension beforehand is almost too much to bear. It's horrifying to think that such things are taking place so close and so often.
And that is the main suspect.
The main suspect doesn't want to be filmed, but Ross is having none of it.
Well, you can be filmed, mate, because you're a suspect of being a people trafficker, but we can't show your face.
Number 8. Meeting a pirate. Piracy has been a huge issue with US and European ships traveling through Somalia for some time, so Kemp decides to look into the issue.
We're waiting to meet up with a pirate from Puntland, Somalia.
He wants to know the truth, so he arranges to meet with an actual pirate. We get an idea of just how much of a threat and just how well prepared these pirates are, as they apparently undergo extreme training. In Kemp's own words, he has sympathy for those at the bottom of these organizations, and it's those at the top who he truly despises for taking advantage of them.
You've actually notified the American and the French now, as a body of pirates, that you will never release American or French seamen if you capture them.
Number 7. Knife gang members. If meeting with one criminal is intimidating, how about meeting 4? Knife crime numbers are ever rising in London, with many young people getting hurt.
I'm just about to go into a flat in South London and speak to 4 gang members who carry knives.
Kemp meets with some gang members who have been involved in said crimes to try to rationalize why it happens. It's an intense moment, though much to our surprise, this doesn't deter Ross from giving them a lecture.
So you know 3 young people have lost their lives, and you still carry knives?
I've got to protect myself.
It's hard out there when you think of it, it's hard.
Knowing that all the members are carrying weapons, and even show them to the camera, makes you wonder how Ross can keep so calm.
Can I ask a question? Where did that come from?
You can get that online, you can get that anywhere.
I can get it around the corner.
One phone call.
Can I touch it?
Go ahead.
What?
Number 6. The Rascals. A lot of the time, Kemp puts himself directly in the most dangerous of situations. A notorious group of vehicle raiders, known as the Rascals, is his next obstacle.
Suddenly, we spot something up ahead.
Lock your doors.
Driving around at night, you know something is about to go down. And it does. On both sides of the street, there are people stood in wait. They were apparently looting an overturned oil truck.
That is full of fuel, you can smell it. They're smoking by it as well.
Kemp and his team driving through the crowd is one of the most harrowing visuals in the show's history.
Police can't do anything because it's done. Yeah. They will hardly sleep until they empty the tank.
They'll empty the entire tank, yeah.
Number 5, a dangerous battlefield. During his time in Afghanistan, the presence of IEDs posed a massive threat.
On the varmint track! Ross! Stay on the track!
When one is spotted, Ross and the gang must retreat, but he soon finds himself in the middle of a battlefield.
Look at the top of that. That's what surrounds it.
Later, as the team continue their mission, they must walk on a very narrow defined path, with the knowledge that one step off it could result in them coming into contact with an IED. How Kemp got out of this nightmare alive, we'll never know.
Anyone know what that was?
Contact IED, uphill.
ID.
Number 4, trying to intercept an attack. Pirates again in this clip, but this time, rather than talking to one, Ross is trying to stop them. Joining the crew of the HMS Northumberland, they attempt to stop a potential pirate attack.
Lieutenant Captain speaking. We are under hostage situation.
It's a mad scramble to get there in time, and you feel the anxiety in the air.
We've had confirmation now over the radio that the ship has definitely been pirated. So, it's on its way to Somalia, pirates on board.
But sadly, they just aren't quick enough, and the ship is seized by the pirates. They later find a small boat that was used by the pirates to reach bigger vessels, and it's carrying some terrifying gear, including an RPG.
So you suspect there are other RPGs on the Solana now. Someone's got the launcher that goes with it, and they're AK-47s.
Number 3, meeting New Orleans gangsters. Ross wanted to dig deeper into one of the main crises facing New Orleans: gang culture following the devastating events of Hurricane Katrina.
This cross right here means I wasn't playing. This is not for decoration.
To get his information, he meets up with 2 locals, one of whom is armed throughout the interview. There's a very intense atmosphere throughout the chat.
You ever hold by holding court? I will 5-time loser. I will hold court right then and now.
They make it very clear that they would take what they want from whoever they want, and that includes Kemp and his crew. Kemp remains stoic throughout though, and we gain some insight into just how bad it's gotten.
This hell. This is hell. This hell right here on Earth.
Number 2, man down. Ross has always said the hardest thing he's ever done is not get shot in Afghanistan.
This is a good way of goading them.
It's bait. It's bait. She uses bait.
Yeah, taunting. Yeah.
It's taunting.
Yeah.
And does it normally work? Does it normally taunt them?
Yeah,
Always.
especially when we get the pipes on.
In this episode, he joins Delta Company as they attempt to bait out terrorist members to give away their position. They're met with heavy retaliation from the group and are in constant fear of being targeted by mortars.
Man down! Man down!
We need a medic up on the roof.
Most terrifying of all is when one of the team members is caught in the crossfire and needs to be treated immediately. Fortunately, the soldier came out of the ordeal all right.
So, Mr. Pollock, you feel like a lucky man at the moment?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't even realise I fired about 100 rounds.
Yeah, we were behind you, mate. Well done, you did a fantastic job.
Number 1, guerrilla confrontation. If the question of is Ross Kemp a hard man was ever in the air, then this clip gives us a firm answer. During his hike in the jungle, he's confronted by 2 less than savoury fellas who Kemp figures are going to test him in some way.
We were told that we were going to meet some guys that have been involved in some trouble. Yeah?
Okay.
That true?
While at first they offer him tobacco and a local nut, soon the situation turns dire as armed guerrillas turn up with their sights on Ross.
For real? You gonna kill me? You gonna kill me? Really?
Incredibly, he doesn't back down despite the unenviable position he's in. Ross may have maintained his cool head, but the audience at home were definitely breaking a sweat.
Yeah, so I proved myself, eh?
Yeah. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.